Readers, it's Mr. Marshall at Stony Lane again. I am here to continue our read aloud today. Last time we were together, we were reading this book, The Case of the Missing Carrot Cake. Okay, it's a mystery, and let's take a look at what we were thinking. We were thinking about lots of stuff. We were in the middle of our book, right? And in the middle of a book, we think about the suspects. Those are the characters who might have committed the crime. We think about the clues. Those are things that are sort of like out of place that make us wonder if we have an answer. And the motives are the reasons why the suspects might have committed the crime. We also made a T-chart of our suspects and possible motives, right? So we're going to continue thinking about that. So our suspects are Fowler, the owl, Orsini, Hot Dog, and Miss Rabbit. Okay, but we don't really have motives for them yet. We haven't really seen too many clues except that Miss Rabbit has frosting all over her. Okay, but she's the one that asked for the detective, so why would she steal her own cake, right? So let's keep reading and see what happens. Ready? Ready, detectives? Here we go. Chapter 3, Suspects and Clues. So you know this is going to be an important chapter. It's called Suspects and Clues. Here we go. 11 a.m. Fowler's maple tree. Look at Fowler. Look at that face. Look at that face. Hoo-hoo, said Fowler, peeking her head out of the hole. What brings you two nasty treats to my tree? Two tasty treats to my tree. Investigating a case, I said, holding up my badge. Detective Wilcox and Captain Griswold, MFIs. Where were you between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock this morning? I was chasing a field mouse. Do you have any witnesses? If someone had seen her, she'd have an alibi. There was one, but I ate him. Ooh, this is tough. Remember, an alibi is sort of like an excuse that says, no, I wasn't there. I was there. I was somewhere else. You know, that's called an alibi. Let's keep going. The captain shot her this, don't mess with this mouse look. I shot her mine. You know, it's 30 years behind bars if you eat an officer on this farm, I warned you. You don't want to be a jailbird now, do you? Of course not. Besides, I like my meals tender. Everyone knows MFIs are too hard-boiled to make good eats. I chose to ignore that last comment. The captain glared at her with his, I'll show you who's hard-boiled look. Fowler looks tough. Your tree faces Miss Rabbit's hole. Have you seen anyone come or go from Miss Rabbit's in the last 4 hours? Just Miss Rabbit and the two of you. What's this all about anyway? Asked Fowler. A cake, I said. A rabbit cake? Asked Fowler. I love rabbit cake, especially with mouse frosting. I scowled. No, a carrot cake. I don't know anything about a missing carrot cake. Flower fluffed up her feathers, all innocent-like. I didn't say it was missing. You wouldn't be here if it were found, said Fowler. Tell us what you know. I pulled out my trusty notepad again. Or if you prefer, we can finish this talk down at the station. Fowler frowned, but she gave me the scoop. Okay, so now we're getting some information. Now it's the time to really listen like a detective. Fowler frowned, but she gave me the scoop. Miss Rabbit baked a cake all night. Baked a cake all right. A carrot cake, like you said. I could smell that awful thing all the way up here. And then she took a walk in her pajamas. Miss Rabbit baked a cake and took a walk in her pajamas. That sounds like it might be a clue. But let's listen more about it. See if it is a clue. Ready? In her pajamas, I asked. That's odd. Where did she go? Toward Porcini's. Look, I'm not a tattle-telling parrot, but if you ask me, that sneaky porker, Porcini is your thief. He could sniff out a breadcrumb on the moon. He'll eat anything, too, even vegetables. So it sounds like Fowler is saying it's Porcini. It sounds like Porcini, she said, is a porker. That means he's a pig, right? And he'll eat anything. So maybe that's a motive. He'll eat anything. He's a pig and he likes to eat. So let's write that down, right? Porcini. You know, we started with a T-chart, but I think let's make suspect cards instead. Let's make suspect cards. Let's get some cards out. because it sounds like we're going to have a lot of information. So I'm going to make a card that says porcini, right? And I'm going to say porcini likes to eat. And that is, it tells us that on page 14. So I'm going to mark that there in case we want to go back and look. Porcini likes to eat, page 14. Let's keep going. Wonder what's going to happen. Thanks for the tip. I pocketed my notepad and don't fly out of town anytime soon. The captain and I rushed to the squad car. Next stop, Porcini's. Frankly, this case was moving slower than molasses. Slower than molasses indeed. Here's Porcini. 11:45 a.m. Porcini's pig pen. Hey, Porcini! I yelled as we arrived at the pen. Detective Wilcox and Captain Griswold here. MFIs on a case. The captain waved his badge in front of Porcini's snout. What were you doing between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock this morning? I asked. I was resting up between meals, like I always do when Miss Rabbit stopped by. So he had just finished eating, right? And Miss Rabbit came over. Porcini snuffled around the squad car. He must have smelled the cheese donuts. The captain pushed the pig away and flashed him one of his toughest glares. When was this exactly? I asked. I'm not sure, maybe around 9 o'clock. Porcini waddled back to his sty, slurping up banana peels on his way. What did she want? Strangely enough, she didn't say. But she was sure acting like a funny bunny. Funny ha-ha or funny odd, I asked. She didn't say a word, not even a peep, when I asked if she wanted a nice hot cup of slop. And she was still wearing her pajamas, so I walked her back home, like the polite pig I am. And that's when you took the cake? I asked. Porcini's cheeks turned the color of a red hot chili pepper. I may take the cake as the best corn thief in town, but sirs, I'm not a common cake thief. Oink. The captain handed me Porcini's rap sheet. That's a record of arrests for all you non-cops. It was a mile long for corn robberies, but he had no cake priors. So, let's think about that. So Miss Rabbit came by. Why is Miss Rabbit coming by? I think we need to write that down. That's a clue, right? Miss Rabbit visited Porcini, and just like nothing happened. So I'm gonna write that down. Boy, it sounds like Miss Rabbit has some clues going against her, right? We're not sure why. Let's keep going. Ready? Here we go. Seems like you spent some time in the pen, I said, hoping his reaction would give me a clue. Why peck at the past? I did my time and now I'm clean. I bet Hot Dog ate the cake. Hot Dog. Another suspect. Let's find out. That slobbering hound has a sweet tooth. Wait a minute. So now we're hearing that Hot Dog, let's make a suspect card. Hot Dog has a sweet tooth. It says that on page 18. Okay, so here we go. It sounds like the pot calling the kettle black. Mind if we have a look around? Go ahead. Go right ahead. I have nothing to hide. The captain and I waded through Porcini's muddy pen. What a pigsty, I said. We'll never find anything here. The captain twitched his whiskers and nodded. Let's hope Hot Dog has some answers, I said, and that his place isn't as stinky. To tell the truth, this case was inching along slower than ketchup out of a bottle. Much slower indeed. 12 p.m. Dirt road leading to Hot Dog's house. Captain, stop the car, I shouted. There's something up ahead. It's orange. The captain grabbed his magnifying glass and tweezers. He picked up the object. A carrot, I said. I ran back to the squad car to get some crime scene photos. This carrot matches the ones we found in Miss Rabbit's kitchen. We're onto something. So there's a carrot in the wrong place. That's a clue. Something's in the wrong place. It's a clue, right? So there's a carrot outside Hot Dog's house. That's a clue. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a clue. All right, so let's put that on our sheet. That points to hot dog, doesn't it? So we've got 2 clues that are kind of about Miss Rabbit and 1 clue about hot dog. Let's keep going. It says, Captain twitched his tail furiously. He pointed, another carrot! I picked it up, and right by the front door, the captain found 2 more. Looks like hot dog's got himself a bit of a pickle. Pickle indeed. That just means it's not really a pickle. It means he's sort of in trouble. 12:05, the doghouse. Knock, knock. The captain rapped on the door. Open up! MFIs! I called out. The door opened slowly. I shouldered my way in. Detective Wilcox and Captain Griswold here, I announced. Is that carrot cake I smell? I don't smell anything, said Hot Dog. For a while, it was a pretty incredible claim. He was surprisingly cool as a cucumber. The captain tapped me on the shoulder. He pointed to the flour, eggs, milk, vanilla, carrots, and dog biscuits on the kitchen table. What's all this? I asked. Breakfast. Looks like cake ingredients to me, I said. If you don't spill the beans right now, we're going to finish this talk down at the station. Captain flashed his urine. Hot water now, look. All right, I admit it. I baked a cake, but I didn't take the cake, Hot Dog insisted. What do you mean? Give us the facts, and just the facts. So I pulled out my notepad. We're about to hear something important, aren't we? Let's keep going. I did go over to Miss Rabbit's, but only to see if she needed help setting up for her party. What happened? I grilled him. I knocked on the door. Nobody answered. So I peeked in the window, and that's when I saw cake crumbs, carrots, and frosting everywhere, on the table, on the floor, and all over Miss Rabbit's bathrobe, which was right in the middle of the mess. Now that I thought about it, I'd expect an apron, not a bathrobe. And then what happened? I started taking notes. I heard someone coming. I panicked, and I ran home. The captain made his "that's the fishiest story I've ever heard" face. Wolf's honor, Hot Dog protested. I felt so bad Miss Rabbit's cake was gone, I decided to bake her another one. Captain, dollars to donuts, he's telling the truth. Look at these prints from the crime scene. The thief has small, narrow feet. Hot Dog's paws are big and wide. He couldn't be the thief. Detectives, did you see that? That's a clue, right? Look at that. The footprints. Let's look at the footprints. Let's think of our suspects. Who has feet like that? Not Hot Dog. Fowler? Orsini? Miss Rabbit. Sounds like Miss Rabbit, right? But that's her house, so her footprints would be there. But let's write that down anyway. Footprints. At the scene of the crime. Let's sketch them so I remember that they're nice and long. Let's read a little bit more. Here we go. With no more suspects, this investigation was scraping the bottom of the apple barrel. Think. The captain and I started to pace. 1, 2, 3 steps forward. 1, 2, 3 steps back. I grabbed a donut from my pocket. Cheese donuts always help me think. And sure enough, that's when it hit me. Holy cannoli, Captain! I've got a plan. Hot Dog, we'll need your cake. With some luck, maybe we'll catch our thief red-handed, or frosting-handed, as the case may be. And that's where we're going to stop. So we got a lot more clues going, right? We got a lot more clues. We have some pictures. We had something that made us think it was Hot Dog, but now we're thinking it's not because of the shape of the feet. The shape of the feet look like someone, don't they? They look like Miss Rabbit. But why would Miss Rabbit steal her own cake? Well, let's check it out, and we'll come back another day and finish up the story. Ready? See you next time.